Hello everyone, welcome to the Faculty Development Program on FPGA Implementation of Digital Design with Verilog HDL. Myself Chetan K, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication, Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, Mysore. Okay, in this video, I will give a demonstration of 32-bit ALU. The objective is to perform various tasks for a 32-bit input. Okay. This table gives a brief description of what all the operations we can do with a 32-bit ALU. Okay. I have to use an opcode which is purely a 3-bit vector quantity. The opcode can be 0002 111. Based on each opcode selection, I have to perform a required ALU operation, A plus B, A minus B, increment operation, decrement operation, complement, logical OR operation, and logical AND operation. Okay, I can perform this operation based on the control signal. Means only when enable is high, the required opcode can be selected, and based on the opcode selection, the arithmetic and logical operation can be performed. Suppose if enable is made 0, the output of each condition should go to high impedance state, irrespective of any opcode selection. And along with that, I am using one more signal called acknowledgement signal. This acknowledgement signal will be high only when the operation is successfully completed. If each operation is not successfully completed, the acknowledgement signal will be always active low. Okay, this is the system diagram I am using for my 32-bit ALU, where A and B are purely 32-bit input quantity, and opcode is a 3-bit vector, enable is a scalar signal, and result is 32-bit vector. Let's see how we can do this with the help of Verilog code. As we already know that every module should have a keyword module, and correspondingly we should use end module keyword. Okay, the syntax for writing the module description is that we have to use module followed by module name. Here my module name is ALU, followed by we have to give what are the input and output system specification we are using as a terminal list. Here A, B, E opcode are the input port. Therefore, I am declaring these variables as a terminal list. Similarly, Y, A, C, K are my output signal. Therefore, I have to declare these two signal as a output. You can observe that A and B are my 32-bit input. Therefore, I have to represent it as an input port with a 32-bit vector 31:0. Similarly, based on enable signal, I have to perform arithmetic and logical operation. Since enable is a scalar quantity, you have to declare it as an input port. And again, irrespective of 32-bit input, I had to perform logical AND operation or operation and arithmetic operation based on opcode. I have to declare this opcode as an input port with a vector of 3 down to 0. Finally, for each opcode selection for 32-bit input, I am getting the result of 32-bit itself. Therefore, variable y I am declaring it as an output with a vector of 31:0. And as I already specified in the earlier slide, after each successful operation, the acknowledgement signal should go high. Therefore, ACK I am treating it as an output signal. Since we are writing the code in behavioral description style, all the output variables, irrespective of whether it is scalar or vector, we have to store it in a register. Therefore, I am storing the same using REG data type. Okay, once input ports and output ports are declared, I am writing the sensitivity list always at A, B, E, opcode. Means these are my concurrent input to my process. Okay, after that I am using a begin keyword, and again here I am testing. If enable is 0, irrespective of any opcode, the output should result in a high impedance with a vector of 64 bits. The main reason behind selection of 64-bit is that Even if I choose a variable a and b as a 32-bit quantity and perform multiplication operation, the word size may be double. Due to that reason, I am increasing the word size to 64. Okay, y is always 64-bit high impedance if the enable is 0, and again I am writing the condition else. I am making the acknowledgement signal as high because I have not performed any arithmetic and logical operation till now. Okay, now after these conditions I am writing the case statement. I am processing the opcode. If opcode is 0, I am performing addition operation. If opcode is 1, subtraction. Opcode is 2, negation. Opcode is 3, a plus 1. Similarly, if opcode is 7, I am performing logical AND operation. Okay, and I am ending the case, and after ending the case I am writing the acknowledgement signal as 1. Means after each successful arithmetic and logical operations in the case statement, this acknowledgement signal will remain in an active high state. And after this I am ending the if statement, and I am ending the sensitivity list, and finally I am ending the module. Let's see how we can do this with the help of Xilinx. Open the Xilinx tool. Go to File menu, select New Project. In the new project, I am storing all my files in the C drive Xilinx folder. I am giving the project name as ALU and selecting the top level source type as HDL. Press next. Since the project is already exist, I am giving different file name ALU12. Okay. Once you press the next button, you have to select the device here. I am selecting the device as Spartan 3. Family name Spartan 3, device name XC3S50, PQ208-5. Okay, and after this I am pressing the next button. Press next again, and finish. Okay. Now make sure that the device name along with the speed and the total number of pins are properly displayed once you create the project successfully. Now we have to open the editor window to write our Verilog code. I will select a blank text file. Since I developed the code already, I will paste here. I will save this file. File name alu.v. Okay. After this, right click on the device, click on add source, select your code, press open button, press OK. Okay. Once you have completed with this procedure, the next step is to check for any errors in the program. I am checking for syntax errors. Select your program. Under synthesize SXT, double click on check syntax. Check syntax is being checked now. It is running. We have to wait for few seconds to get the process completed. Okay. You might have observed that the program contains an okay. I have modified this syntax error, and again I am rerunning for the check syntax. Now the check syntax process is successfully completed. It means that I don't have any error in my program. Okay, now I want to check what would be the results for my each input A and B based on the enable and the opcode selection. We have to write a test bench for this. To write a test bench, right click on the program, click new source, select Verilog text fixture, give file name as ALU test. I'm giving file name as ALU test. Press next. I'm binding with my module. Finish. Once you perform this operation, okay, The Xilinx itself will generate a module along with that list of variables used as an input as well as a output parameter. Can observe that the module consists of test fixture name ALU test underscore V, but it does not have any terminal list. Okay, this text fixture we also call it as a stimulus block. Okay, you can refer the details of stimulus block in the Verilog HDL by Samir Palnetkar textbook, and whatever the variable that I choose as an input will be considered as a register, and the output variables will be treated as a wire. Okay, once all the registers and wires are declared in the stimulus block, we have to instantiate the design using hierarchical name referencing concept. Again, you need not to create any instantiation here. It is done automatically by the Xilinx compiler itself. Okay, after that, irrespective of my any input, the initial value of my A, B, E and opcode is considered as 0. Again, this is the default value given by the Xilinx compiler itself. And after giving the initial value, Xilinx itself will generate a global time of 100 nanoseconds. Okay, only after this step we have to paste our input combination. Let me do this. Okay, we'll come back to the slide. Since I already explained that module does not have any terminal list, I am choosing it as a TF in my test bench waveform, and all the registers are treated as an input and all the outputs are treated as a wire. And here the design is also instantiated within the stimulus block. And initial value, as I already explained in the Xilinx compiler will generate the initial value of my inputs as 0. And now we have to give a combination of input. Okay, I am copying all the possible input combination. Then I will paste in the stimulus block. After this, press save. To observe the result, change the sources from synthesis implementation to behavioral simulation. Select your test bench waveform, simulate behavioral model. Double click on the simulate behavioral model. You click on the, there are some errors. Line number 58. Here I wrote it as a semicolon. Again, save, select your file, double click on simulate behavioral model. Once you double click on the simulate behavioral model, you can check the output. If enable is 0, we'll choose the marker. If I choose enable 0, output is Y. I am giving input as 8. Eight plus 16. 8 plus 6 is 14. Okay, 8 minus 6 is 2. 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay, here you can observe that the table. 8 plus 1 is 9. 8 minus 1 is 7. Again, A is displayed. Complement of A. Here, A and A OR of B result. Here you can observe A and of B result. Okay. If you want to observe hexadecimal equivalent of this, it is available, and acknowledgement signal is high. for all successful arithmetic operation. Okay, that's all about the ALU experiment. Thank you.